This video is brought to you by the Hookah Lounge, the original hookah lounge in America, located on 8380 West Sahara Avenue in Las Vegas, Nevada. Visit www.hookahlounge.com for more information. The Hookah Lounge.
El octágono.
Yo soy Andrea Calle, estamos aquí en el octágono desde Las Vegas, Nevada, cubriendo todo lo que es la UFC 156 y estoy aquí desde la rueda de prensa, que el día de hoy lo están haciendo totalmente diferente. Hay diferentes booths, estaciones con cada uno de los peleadores de la cartelera principal. Así que vamos a ver qué les traemos el día de hoy.
I'm very happy for this fight now. I'm waiting for 2 years, and I want to fight him. He's the best striker in the world, and I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna win this fight.
What is it about fighting him specifically that made you say, hey, why do you want it so bad? What intrigues you?
O que significa para você lutar com ele? O que você quer mesmo lutar com ele tão de verdade mesmo?
No, because he's a big champion. He have 3 belts. He's a tough guy, and I want to just fight the tough guys. I want just fight the best guys, and he are the best.
And you said, just like in this interview just now, without hesitation, that you're going to win this fight. Where do you get your confidence from?
Tu falou que vai ganhar essa luta. Várias entrevistas tem dito isso. De onde vem essa confiança?
Because, como é que fala essa confiança?
The confidence.
No, the confidence is because I'm training very hard, and I'm waiting for a long time, and I think I watched this guy fight too much, and I come from Brazil, the small city in Brazil, from Paraíba, and much people believe in my job, and I'm very comfortable because of that.
Now on the call he said that he doesn't see any problems with you. How do you react to that? How does that make you feel when your opponent says that he really doesn't see any problems with you going into
Ele disse que não tem nenhum problema com você. Na press conference ele tem dito isso. O que você acha disso? Isso aí te quebra de alguma maneira, ele falando isso?
Que ele não gosta de
Que ele não tem nada contra você.
Yeah, me the same. I have no problem with Overeem. I just want to fight. This is my job. I love my job, and I want to fight the best, and he is the best. Just because that. No problem with Overeem. No problem with Black Zillions team. I have a lot of friends from Black Zillions. Just because I want to fight.
Do you watch American football? Do you know about the Super Bowl going on this season?
No, not too much. I like more basketball.
More basketball?
Yeah, I like more basketball. No, I don't play too much but I love it. Basket. I watch sometime with my daughter. I have 13 years old, and we love Miami Heat. And, LeBron James. Yeah, LeBron James, and I like more basketball. Sometimes I go to arena to watch live in basket, and I like the basket.
So no paying attention to the Super Bowl this Sunday. You don't know how the Patriots going to win.
No, I don't know too much of football. I like the basketball and soccer.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man.
How would you deal with some of those boys at 300 pounds? Those are big boys over there.
Yeah, that would be the hard part. Those boys are just like on another level. I worked the football game and I was like the sound guy, and just seeing how big those dudes was, it was ridiculous.
Look at it now. What's scarier, octagon or on the gridiron?
Well, I mean, you have a bunch of guys like 250 and over 200 plus running at you at enormous speed. So I don't think what I do is too scary. You know what I'm saying? So I would say going in there and having somebody run at my knees is probably a little more scary to me.
How was this layoff for you? Being able to have 9 months to kind of get healthy and get things rolling again. Were you able to? Was the layoff frustrating? Would you prefer to be in there sooner?
No, the layoff was perfect for me. It allowed me to sort out some things that I needed to sort out, you know, and it was kind of something that I didn't really plan for. It's just kind of something that just happened, and I just went with it. You know, I had other opportunities to do other things, and it allowed me to just clear my mind out and just miss the sport of fighting again.
Did a lot of that have to do with the emotion and everything? Negative energy that kind of went with your last fight? Yeah,
a lot of it had to do with that. A lot of it had to do with my personal situation, you know, outside the cage, and a lot of it had to do with just me, you know, trying to reevaluate where I am in my life. You know, I'm a very analytical person, so I like to think a lot, and you know, I just felt like I just really was at a place where I was just settling into a lot of situations, and I really needed to have a moment to just kind of take a step back and breathe. You know, I felt like the last couple of years, so much has happened. I didn't really have a chance to just like sit down and say, wait, what the hell just happened? You know, to evaluate anything that happened.
Did you come up with anything, or is it all, you know, private stuff you don't want to share?
What's that?
Did you come up with anything in that analysis? Or
yeah, I mean, what I came up with is that, you know, I love to fight, and I am a fighter, and I'm going to do this fighting until I don't have the ability to do it anymore, you know, to do it the way I want to do it anymore. And I want to do other things as well too. I want to do the analyst work and do anything that comes onto my plate that comes along with this, because this is an opportunity that may never, you know, after it's gone, it's gone. So I want to make sure I make the most of it.
You mentioned just now realizing that you are a fighter and you want to fight. Is there a time in there that you were thinking, okay, yeah, I mean, I can quit and be an analyst now and be okay with it?
Yeah, there was a time, you know, especially being an analyst, you know, you get to hang out and get to watch the fights, and
you get to be a part of the circus.
Get the part of hard work as far as like going, that was the fun part about it. But still being competitive, I still had that drive to want to go in there. But you know, being an analyst presents its own challenges, but nothing like actually being in there and doing it.
As you look at his fights against your common opponents, obviously getting taken down was his downfall, and that's something you specialize in. You don't have to be a rocket scientist for us to assume that you're going to want to take him down.
Yeah. I will tell him too. I'm going to take him down. I'm going to take him down. Yeah, he knows I'm going to take him down. He knows.
The other thing I wanted to ask you is, you know, your last 2 fights were 25-minute fights, and he's been out for more than a year. Is that something that you think about through the course of the training camp and say, you know, we might be able to make this work to our advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I was excited with having to fight only 3 rounds. You know, fighting 3 rounds to me was just, it's been a long time. So, yeah, I think it's something that can work to our advantage. But I mean, you know, I've been off for a while as well too, so we'll see.
Sure.
Do you feel like when people talk about this fight, they're not giving you enough credit? It seems like we're talking about what's next for Rashad, maybe fight Anderson Silva, this and that, and no one's talking about what you bring to the table. Have you noticed that?
Tu acha que eles estão dando muito crédito, só falando o que vai ser o próximo pro Rashad, mas eles estão esquecendo de o que vai ser próximo na tua carreira?
Yeah, I just explained for another guy here. I know he's a former champion. That's why I think they give him a lot of credit to fight against Anderson Silva. So I think he's a big opponent for me. I know, but Saturday night I'm gonna show a good fight for him.
How much time did you spend practicing wrestling? And do you think he's going to try to take you down often in this fight?
Quanto tempo você passou treinando wrestling porque você acha que ele vai tentar te derrubar?
So I've been training a lot of wrestling for more than 2 years. When I came to UFC, I changed my styles because before in Pride I used a lot of boxing styles. So now here in the cage, you have to use a lot of wrestling. So after I came to UFC, I feel I had to change my style in the cage
defense, something like that. So I've been training a lot of wrestling, more than like 2 hours a day, every day.
Did you watch his last fight against John Jones, and if so, what did you think of his performance?
Você assistiu a última luta dele contra o John Jones e se você assistiu, o que tu achou do performance dele?
I watched this fight, so I know because John Jones is like very big now for him. Como é que eu falo mais?
Okay.
Que o John Jones tem uma envergadura muito maior.
Yes. What you're saying is that John Jones has a much longer reach and much taller, so it can be difficult for Rashad.
Yeah, it can be difficult, very difficult for him to come inside, to put him down. So it's difficult to play box with John Jones. No, I think that fight is very different for him.
How do you feel about fighting someone who's a member of the Black Zillions? Is it weird for you since you're Brazilian, Black Zillion? Is that a conflict internally for you?
Ele falou como se sente lutando contra o cara que é Black Zillion porque você é Brazilian.
Yeah, I know. I have a very good friend with Rashad now. So Danilo Índio, Zé Mário Sperry, he was my coach, no?
Yeah.
And Brazilian top team. I know it's very strange, but I think now it's business, no? They have to work. So.
Do you think he told him some secrets about you, some of your tendencies? Are you worried about that?
Tu acha que ele falou uns segredos teus que você acha que ele falou com ele? Tu tá preocupado com o que ele falou?
Yes, for sure. I think he told some secrets, but what I can do, I have to train it.
Right.
Some different game, no?
And you're a different fighter from when you were with BTT, right?
E você é lutador diferente que antes.
So very different. That I told you, I changed my style, so now I came with a different game.
I heard a rumor that on the Countdown show, it wasn't really you speaking. Some people thought that it was your brother in your place because you couldn't make it. Is that true?
Ele falou no Countdown que era o teu irmão falando, não você, porque você não podia estar lá. É verdade isso?
No, that's not true.
That was you?
It was me.
It looked like Big Nog.
No.
They're twins.
Well, I know, but I'm good with twins. What's it like hanging out with...
I was a little bit fat.
Oh, that's why. Heavyweight.
Yeah.
What's it like hanging out with Ed? He keeps saying that he has the best shoes in the business, he's got the best style, best manager. I mean, does it get tiring hanging out with
ele
this
falou
guy?
aqui como é andando comigo. Eu sempre estou falando que eu tenho o melhor estilo, os melhores tênis no mundo de empresário.
This is my personal style too.
Oh, wow. That's why you're dressed. Now it makes sense. Not in a good way. But it's good you like being with Ed because, you know, some people, they don't like Ed. I don't know if you know this.
Algumas pessoas não gostam de mim.
I don't know why. He's a good guy. I like him.
He doesn't want to tell us who Anderson is fighting next. Maybe you'll tell us.
Eu não quero falar com ele quem o Anderson vai lutar com o próximo. Você quer falar com ele? Fala o clone dele.
I know
he's the clone. You speak Portuguese, though?
Yeah.
Obrigado. Come on, guys. I wasn't born yesterday.
You were born at night. You were born at night, but not last night. Yeah.
Anyway, good to see you. Good luck on Saturday. Obrigado.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
What about the speed? You dropped 10 pounds, we always talk about guys gaining a little bit more speed. Have you felt that at all?
I do feel like I'm a little quicker. I always feel I peak at the right time, and I always feel a little quicker towards the end of my camp anyway. But I do. I think I'm more efficient. My cardio's better. I'm more balanced. I'm not trying to. My joints feel better because I'm not trying to lift heavy and eat like extra heavy. You know what I'm saying? So everything kind of feels more natural.
Can you talk about the championship rounds? Having been there before, a little bit of you've done it so many times here.
Yeah, it's like anything. The more times you get a chance to be in a situation, the more comfortable you're going to be in. So, being that I've been in those championship rounds in wars, that's definitely going to be a favor on my side. Yeah, I mean, there's pressure, always pressure, But for me, when I was here 6 years ago, my first fight in the UFC, or even before that, my first MMA fight, I felt pressure, and the pressure's always the same. There's just more factors, that surround it being the title fight. Yeah, I mean, Aldo's, he's the champion. He's been on a tear for, how many years, and, there's no secret. He's one of the pound-for-pound best out there. It's tough to really say exactly what my strengths are. I just got to go out there and push the pace on him and, see if we could find some weaknesses, within the 5 rounds.
What
Like I said, just make sure I show up. If I show up and be myself, you know, I prepared to fight, a hard fight, and just be me. That's it. You know, I haven't disappointed yet. You know, I don't know. Everyone talks about it. Everyone see, you know, but it's tough to say. I don't want to just bank on I'm going to have an advantage 4th, 5th round. I want to go in there as knowing it's going to be a dogfight, and I'm going to have to, you know, be good, open and bell. I need to be on point. Well, I've been trying. This is my 2nd time, actually. I was the champion, lost to Ben Henderson. He was trying. Then I got the rematch. This is my 2nd time trying to get the championship. And, yeah, you know, I'm used to this. I've been here before, you know what I mean? The rematches, yeah. I mean, it's kind of just the way it was. You know, I beat BJ. If anybody deserved a rematch, it's him. He's, you know, a legend of the sport. He got one. Then me and Gray had a draw, and you know, I wanted that rematch too as much as he did because I felt like we weren't settled. And then with Henderson, you know, I wanted to give the chance to get my rematch. You know, I gave 2. I felt like, hey, throw me a bone here. No, I mean, I didn't know. I was just going down anyway, and then you know, filling in for an injured fighter got me the title shot.
Part of the redundancies I just got here, Frank.
What's up, man?
Is everything good?
Good, bro.
You and Jose, are you guys getting the respect that you actually deserve for this super fight?
I don't know. I'm not looking for it. You know what I'm saying? If it comes, that's great. You know, there's quite a few reporters here. I guess so.
Because leading up to the fight, it's been rather quiet. I mean, we've been trying to pump it up in Canada, saying, listen, man, these are 2 of the guys in the top 5. So, I mean, you look at a matchup like Jose, I mean, dangerous fighter, obviously, lots of leg kicks, but bottom line is you're going to do your thing to win this fight? Yeah, that's always what it is. If I sit there and start worrying about what my opponent does, I'm going to get sucked into his game. I got to fight my fight, you know, and like I was saying before, I just got to show up, man. I prepared. There hasn't been a fight I haven't showed up yet. As long as I'm myself, I believe I'm going to get my hand raised. I spoke to Rashad, he gave you tons of compliments, saying, no, Frankie and Jose aren't getting the respect that they deserve. It's a great fight, it's a spectacular fight, it's a super fight. Even Dana told us earlier that this is a super fight. If you were a fan and you look at this matchup, is this a legit super fight? Yeah,
I believe it is, you know. We're both in the top 10 pound for pound. At one time, we were both considered one of the top 5 pound for pound. You know, if this was boxing, this would be a mega fight. And you know, you can argue that, you know, some people. I mean, I don't like to talk about it because I'm so past it. But you can argue that I should still have the 55 pound title. You know, depending on who you talk to. But yeah, it's a super fight, and we're gonna perform like it's a super fight. I guarantee that.
The countdown show, one of the countdown shows, I got a nice smile out of it because, you know, we always talked about you dropping down to 145 because you barely lost weight to make 155. One of the coaches said, yeah, Frankie should be fighting at 135. When you first heard that, what went through your mind? I just was like, man, now I'm going to have to hear everyone talking about 135, you know? It's, you know, it's the nature of this. Now I'm going down to 45. Everybody wants me to say, oh, it's hard. Is it so hard? Is it hard? I wasn't a big 55 pounder. 45's not so hard, you know? Rashad Evans is talking, there's a lot of talk about him dropping down to 185. If you, as an analyst, would you recommend he drops down to 185 after this fight here to take on a guy like Anderson? I mean, as a fan, of course I'd want to see that fight. You know, that's a super fight in itself. I think he could do whatever he wants, though. He's one of the best 205ers in the world. 85, 205, he's an excellent fighter. So I'd like to see him at both, you know, just for the matchups. Your team is not competing in the Super Bowl this weekend, but do you have a prediction as to who may win? I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I like Ray Lewis. Flacco's a Jersey guy. I'll stick with them.
You also spoke a lot about going to 155. Have you really thought about that ahead of this fight? Is it a decision that you're ready to make, win or lose?
Muito está sendo falado de você ir para 155. É uma decisão que você já tomou, está tomando? Você realmente pensa nisso?
Pensar eu penso, né? Eu penso sim na categoria de cima, mas agora eu tô bem no peso pena, então eu quero manter aí e quem sabe futuramente eu possa aparecer na categoria de cima, assim.
Of course I think about going up to 155, but no, I'm still relaxed, I'm still happy at this weight class, and I'm just thinking about the fight, you know, whether if I win or lose, no, that's a long time decision. I don't not think right now about that.
Can you ask him? Dana tells us that driving a motorcycle in Brazil is like the scariest thing you can ever do. Can you get his take on that? Does he agree with Dana on that?
O Dan White falou que dirigir uma motocicleta no Brasil é a coisa mais perigosa que pode fazer na vida. O que você acha disso?
Com certeza, eu também acho que é muito difícil mesmo, mas era o que eu tinha, então não poderia abrir mão desse conforto que eu tive, né? Que andar de moto era perigoso, mas fazer o quê?
I totally agree with Dana, but that's what I had. I had to get around. I couldn't afford a car, so I totally agree. But what could I do? I had to move around.
When you first had the wreck, can you ask him like, was he seriously worried? Did I hurt my career? Did I get a serious injury? Like at the moment of the impact.
Quando você se machucou, o que passou na sua cabeça? Você achou que poderia ter alguma coisa séria que ia impactar a sua carreira?
Com certeza, né? Eu tive um pensamento sim, mas na hora que eu levantei, já levantei pulando, quicando, vi se tinha cravado alguma coisa, não vi nada, então eu pensei na minha cabeça na hora que dava para lutar no Brasil, mas acabou que nem pude. Eu consegui uma lesão no calcanhar e na hora de corpo quente não senti, depois eu vim sentir a lesão.
That was my first thought, actually, no. But I soon got up, started jumping and kicking around, and I even believed that I could fight. But when I got back home and I saw a few bruises and my ankle was hurting, so I said, no, better stop for a while and think about my life.
What are you driving now?
O que você está dirigindo agora?
Carro. Agora que está mais perigoso ainda.
What kind of car?
It's even more dangerous now.
What kind of car?
Que carro é?
Um pequeno.
A small one.
Porque senão eu vou passar por cima de muita gente.
Otherwise, I run over a lot of people, so I still have a small one.
With the injuries, he's been out a while. Can you ask him how frustrating that's been to kind of be on the sidelines and not be able to train normally until he was fully healed? Is that frustrating for him? And what did he do while he was hurt to be able to stay active?
Você se machucou algumas vezes durante esse ano e ficou parado, não treinou. Isso te frustrou? Como é que você lidou com isso?
Então, fiquei machucado sim 2 vezes no ano, mas espaço muito pequeno, então eu pude recuperar rápido e voltar a treinar novamente. Então, mas chegando perto da luta que eu machuquei de novo, então sempre eu estava treinando, sempre mantendo o ritmo, que eu sabia que a qualquer momento eu ia lutar, né?
Yeah, I had a few injuries, yes, that's right, but they were minor injuries, so they just stopped me going back to the gym just for a little short period of time, and I kept myself very busy in training throughout this period, so I'm still fine.
Does he feel like Frankie Edgar is the right fight for him right now, that this fight should have been made, given that he's coming down and fighting at 145 for the first time?
Ele perguntou se você acha que o Frank Edgar era a melhor luta, já que ele desceu de categoria e já está tendo essa chance de lutar com você.
Lógico, eu não achava que agora não era a hora dele, tem muita gente na fila esperando a oportunidade, mas eu acho uma ótima luta, eu acho que os fãs ganham muito com isso, o evento e todos, é uma super luta que eu acho que todo mundo queria ver.
No, I believe that some other guys at my weight class should have a chance to fight me, but nevertheless, Frank is a great fighter. It's going to be a very exciting fight. Everybody's waiting for that, so it's a good fight at the end of the day.
And one last quick one, as he's looked back at some of Frankie's recent fights, is there anything that he's seen that could pose danger for him on Saturday?
Você analisando as últimas lutas do Frank, o que você acha que pode causar perigo para você?
Acho que todo atleta tem um perigo, né? Então ele tem os ataques dele, então a gente estudou, fez tudo certinho a nossa estratégia para não correr perigo na luta.
All athletes know they have their own strengths, so they all pose a danger when you're fighting. I started his game, I have my strategy, so let's see what happens at the fight.
In the UFC, you've only been taken down 3 times, as far as I understand. What have you done especially for Frankie to prepare for his takedowns, knowing that he's going to come at you with his wrestling?
Ele falou que, pelo que ela se lembra, você só foi derrubado 3 vezes na sua carreira no UFC e agora tem uma luta com um cara que derruba bem. Como é que você treinou e está lidando com isso, já que o Frank Edgar provavelmente vai te derrubar?
Pois é, não vejo como. Eu acho que eu treinei bastante, então ele pode sim me derrubar, mas eu acho muito difícil isso. Eu treinei bastante, então estou preparado para isso. Ele vai vir com o wrestler dele, assim como que ele treina aqui, eu treino lá também, então vamos ver. Só na luta que a gente vai saber se ele vai conseguir ou não.
He's gonna try to take me down, but as you said, I'm well prepared for that. I kept going, I still have my strategy. He's gonna try that very hard, I know that. And let's see if he can do it or not.
It's the Monster headphones, and you sponsored that you're having? Or how is it involved?
Esse é perguntando do headphone, esse é um novo patrocinador que você tem.
Exatamente, é um novo patrocinador.
Yes, it's a new sponsor.
What are the plans with them in Brazil, in the United States, and the UFC?
Sorry?
What are the plans in the United States?
What his plans?
No, with Monster and...
Ele está perguntando qual é o plano com o Monster no Brasil, nos Estados Unidos, qual é a estratégia deles?
Eu não sei, né? Eu acho que é promover, né? Eu acho que sempre os caras botam pra gente entrar pra promover e vender, né? Eu acho que essa é a estratégia deles.
I'm not really sure about their strategy, but if I'm using it, they probably want to promote in Brazil and all over the world, so I don't know their strategy actually.
lo tienen, les traemos todo lo de la rueda de prensa. Tuvieron la oportunidad de hablar con José Aldo, Frankie Edgar, Bigfoot y muchísimos más. Así que no se pierdan lo que va a ser la UFC 156 aquí desde Las Vegas, Nevada.
El octágono.
For the best hookah experience in one of the most exotic lounges in Las Vegas, visit the Hookah Lounge, located on 8380 West Sahara Avenue in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Hookah Lounge is America's original hookah lounge with an excellent environment, music, drinks, and beautiful people. The Hookah Lounge is one of the best places in Las Vegas for an unforgettable night. For more information, visit www.hookahlounge.com or call 702-804-0293 and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. The Hookah Lounge.